Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel and another episode of Humpdazed number 55. Hope everyone's having a wonderful week. And as always, I'm joined by my wonderful wife, Crispy Wannabe.
Cheers, everybody. Hope everybody's having an awesome midweek adventure.
Yes, we're going to get the link up here for anybody who wants to join the show. And
we can talk about the adventure that you guys can see on the screen.
yeah,
We have a new garden started. They're a couple weeks old today.
right. They're actually 17 days old today, I think.
Yes, and we did a pot up on Monday. So we just did those up. And they're doing pretty good, man. They're doing really well. 3 of those plants looked pretty small. And when we potted them up, they just started to take off. So I'm pretty excited about that. I want to say hi and welcome to the show to Artman. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's it going there?
It's great. Great now that you're here. It's nice to see your garden. I can't wait to see what's going on.
Well, you ain't gonna see the flower room. It's dark.
Dark,
But, you know,
okay.
yeah. All I got is these 2 little clones here. That's it. 2 little sad clones. Well, they're not sad. They're happy clones. So,
They're beautiful clones.
What's
it's
the-
good
yeah,
to
they're
see-
great.
It's good to see them.
I only remember one from last week. What did you add one?
Yeah. That's the New England rock candy. That's Flow OG.
Okay. Cool.
Just carrying on.
Yep. I know you guys got some you might have to or you guys have an idea of crossing those plants. Is that going to be the one right there?
No, actually, if he can get some pollen, he's having trouble getting them to actually flower. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. He'll come on, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I guess I could see that. It might take a minute, but what's that in the bucket over there? Is that a bucket hydroton right there?
Oh, this? Yeah. That's a bowl of hydrogen. That's I cleaned some up and set it there. It's in front of the fan. It just dries it out. Then I'll put it in a bag. Yeah, it's just for storage. So, but that's all.
Right on, man.
Well, cheers
See,
to-
you guys have a lot of outside gardening going on. I'm sorry, Crispy.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. We do have a lot of outside gardening going on. It's been awfully fun.
Oh, it looks great.
I never grew some of that shit before, man. Like broccoli, that shit's busting. It's taking up a big, like the leaves are massive, and you know what? They're just like velvet, and they don't hold any water. I don't care what you do. They're just like Rain-X on a windshield, man. Right off of it. It's crazy. And
That's cool.
I know. I was still like, I'm watering the garden, and it's just like the broccoli does not. The leaves don't take any water at all. Like it's wild.
It is beautiful. And I would be like broccoli and drape myself in velvet if it was socially acceptable.
Oh, I love the velvet touch, no doubt. Mel Torme was the velvet fog, you know. So cheers to the chat. Nova, Supreme Great, Seed Person, Levels. I think Levels is telling everybody to sign up for his show there. It looks like he might have some special guest or something. So yeah, check him out. We're smoking on some we got some Alien OG that broke out from a couple grows back. And it's pretty nice.
It is nice to break it out after we haven't smoked it for a minute.
It really put my eyes on slant. What are you smoking, Art?
Rainbow butter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I really like the rosin from it too. I would smoke some of that, but I'd be coughing on air, so that wouldn't be good. Rosin is tough, but it tastes great. It is.
yeah, our outside garden's doing well, man. We got the beans going. They seem to be going good. And then There's a funny story. My wife was messing around with a seed and put it in the soil out there to see if it would germinate because it looked white. And then after like 3-4 days, nothing came up. Well, guess what? We ended up potting those beans up down along the back fence there. And we're down there the other day and she looks down, she's like, holy shit. And there that plant was, man. It popped out what, a week later or something.
Yeah, I mean,
A good week or so
I
later.
didn't think that this seed was going to do that. I just thought it was really, really small and white. It was the only seed that we got out of that whole entire plant. And it was actually came out of the party cup of last, what was that? The Plant Training Grow Challenge.
Yeah.
It was a Plant Training Grow Challenge plant. We really put that plant through its paces, really abused it. Never found any other seeds. We smoked the whole thing pretty much.
Yep.
So it was like the last bud of the bottom, and I found that seed, and I just threw it in there because, you know, it was an easy place just to chuck it, and I thought,
We'll see what
it
happens.
would be funny. And
Ah.
I was just not expecting that at all.
Found it coming up right along the beans, man, perfectly woven. And she was able to mine out the root real good.
I did.
And we brought it inside, put it in a cup of cocoa and started fertigating it with newts. And I'll be damned if it didn't go from real droopy to praying. So I think the son of a bitch has a chance of being one of the few plants that get started outside and brought inside.
It was a happy little accident, actually.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see what if I could gently remove that. Its roots were entangled with the bean plant that it was growing right beside.
So
They were like an inch apart. And yeah, I mined it out. I could feel some of the roots tearing when I was pulling it out. And it got real droopy, like Smot said. It was like, I thought, yeah, this isn't going to work, but I'll be damned. That thing is going to live. It has a will to
Dr.
live.
Crispy in the house.
We'll see where it
Dr.
goes. Right now, I have it in the windowsill in my kitchen because I don't want to put it in the tent yet. It came from outside. I'd like to scope it first because I'm paranoid a little bit. I think it'll be okay. I don't see anything on it, but
hey, we can show you in some
see.
plants. Let me jump on my phone and go in the room there, and I can show them the other tent because we can't have it open for long periods of time.
yeah,
because it
Well-
smells like hot heaven here.
it does. It does starting to smell pretty good.
You'll have to put me on the big screen.
Yeah, I will. I'll hook you up if you just give me a moment. Just bear with me.
You know, Crispy, I did that in a house plant one time. A seed popped up about a month or two later. Luckily, it was the ex's aunt saw it and said, that looks like a pot seed. And I went, oh my God.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I wasn't expecting it. And we were really rough with those like beans. I was just like blown away. All right, let me admit. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting him to as soon as he starts his camera, I'm getting
You take care of business. That's okay. I can do some elevator music if you'd like.
gonna spotlight. Okay. We'll see if it works. There we go. Okay, we can see you, Smot. Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Everything looks
We got
good.
you.
All right. So this one here is that Mac Mosa that we kind of made ourselves. This is the Godfather OG right here. This is the OG Kush cross with Diesel. These are all feminized photos. That's the Northern Lights. That's the MK Ultra. Back there's the Ghost Train Haze. Obviously, a couple of these doing a little better than some of the others, but they're all getting the same treatment. They're all got potted up the same day, and they're all going to just continue on the same course. They might get trained a little different depending on how fast and vigorous some of these really start to take off. But this one's much older than the rest of them. We had to cut all the big leaves off and shit trying to slow it down. And looks like we might be able to do it. They're getting fertigated at a 0.65. I just mix that bucket up, use it for 2 days, 3 days straight, man. No air, no nothing. Just mix it up. I'll check the pH, and if it needs adjusted a little bit back down, we do that. But I try not to get excited, you know. Let's check this other tent out. Pretty cool. Them autoflowers did all right. This is a 4x4. You see they're looking a little droopy and shit. They seem to droop a lot. I don't know why. I was talking about that yesterday. Down here, we cleaned them up. You can see there the training on that one. And then back there, that's the Crystal Pinkman back there. Another Crystal Pinkman over there in a 1 gallon. That one never did come around. It just couldn't get right. So we left it in that little pot. And we figured it's kind of out of the way, and it does whatever it does. Better than chopping it and killing it. And then this one here's got a whole bunch of stems on it. It's a pretty nice stem anyhow.
Bunches.
Yeah. Lots of pops up here, you know, but they're still just little wee lads. We're running 457 watts. We have the flower button pushed, which turns all the reds on. The reds usually run at 30% until you hit that button, and it fires them all to 100%. It only adds like 40 watts, so I don't know how. I know it's photosynthetic. Doesn't add too much heat, so we like to use it. Other than that,
well, do you want to tell? I wanted to remind everybody, if you were tuning in on Sunday, Doc dropped in and told us about his Sticky Dicky, which is the same strain and the same seed company that we're growing, and he had a herm and ball sack. So you know, we looked those over. Do you want to get a close up of that smot to like in there to show them? You know, we're still keeping an eye on that, looking for. It's a little blurry, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
Hey, Jens didn't tell me to turn my phone sideways. I just remembered.
Damn, I missed it. I missed my opportunity.
Yeah.
It don't want to focus in on them, does it?
No, it doesn't really.
This damn thing.
There you go. But yeah, we're looking for that every day. I've been looking, Smot's been looking. No sign of anything amiss there.
No, the ones on Doc's, there was no second guessing that. There was clusters all about the place. I don't see anything on ours but good female parts. Yeah, so that's what's going on. They're starting to smell, that's for sure. They actually have like it's a rubber smell, man. It's weird because it's a little bit like an amiasis smell. All right, I'll come back over there. You guys got to see everything. I know this other camera. We got these under our Photon Tech at 50%. These plants are probably crispy. Do you remember what the micromoles was on these?
Oh shit. I want to say, I can't remember. Were they right around like 480, 490?
Yeah, I thought it was right around 500. And we left them there because they had just got potted up. Anytime we do like a pot up or something, we figure we don't want to push them anyhow. But what I can do now, since I have this net already pre-installed and the light's sitting right on top of it, I'll put some risers under them and get them up a little closer. And as they grow, I'll just take the risers out, work our way back down to the original grates there. Makes life a little easier than trying to move a bunch of shit around. That's about all I can think of. Could go outside and look at them. You want me to go outside with my phone and check out that garden too?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Awesome.
Let me shut it down. I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Sure. Okay.
Notice a lot of your leaves are really fat, crispy. They're big, fat leaves.
On that tent right there. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
the smaller ones. Yeah, the Northern Lights and all the other ones are.
Let me see if I can get that off of the spotlight until he gets back. Okay. We're gonna let him go down and show the garden. I'm excited about the beans on the fence. So he'll get to show you that. But yeah, those plants are doing really well. We hope they catch up to that Macmosa that is just a fluke. We have her in there. She's a good like 4 or 5 inches taller. We tried to slow her down, cut some of the leaves back. We need to take that top off. I'm not sure what we're going to do with her yet though, and how we're going to train these. We haven't decided.
Hello.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can hear you. All right. I'll spotlight you again. All right. Those are tomatoes.
Yep. The early girls. They got some flowers in here. They got a lot of leaf down here at the bottom, man. They're like real thick, you know. Look who came to help.
Haha. That's our garden buddy.
There she is,
Kitty, kitty.
doing the balancing act.
Here's those leaves I was saying about, Art. Check these out, man.
Oh, the velvet one's right. The waterproof, hydrophobic.
Yeah. Like there's a drop of, she just watered these earlier. There's a drop of water there. And they just run. See it?
Oh, that's cool. Now you make sure and wash your hands and stuff when you go back in.
Yeah. We were talking about that
forget.
earlier. We just got showers right 10 minutes before the show started because we were out here watering this. You can see we got some peppers coming here.
Nice.
Peppers, and then that's our broccoli. And then these are our heads of lettuce. You can see they're starting to take shape. They're kind of small, but they're getting hard, you know. Ha ha, never had those before. That's pretty wild.
That's pretty cool.
And this is
I've never had lettuce.
This is the, what kind is this, crispy? Romaine? Oh, right here's the tag. I always forget. Right there they were. Oh, that's butter crunches. Those are butter crunches. And that's Great Lakes head lettuce. Destiny broccoli. And then our 2 banana peppers, our peppers were bananas and sweets.
Well, I like sweets.
And then here's, we got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spinaches, but the spinaches don't look so, they're not in any sort of vigor. Here's the
they're real slow.
box celery that we used, and then there's the other things, the other 2 that she cut in half.
Cool.
Yeah,
we over here.
We'll see if it makes 2. And those are sugar snap peas. I'm hoping they'll like grow up the fence, have like a trellis. And those
That they will.
Yeah, those
They'll
are
climb.
They're gonna climb. Not a lot of rain lately, so I'm watering that every day. So it was cool to be watering the beans and peas and look down and see that little seedling. I was like, what? Surprise. And you know, I know it's going to live, and I'll have a hard time killing it now. So now I'm in the dilemma of what we're gonna do with it. It'll be in the corner. That's what happened to that one that's in there. That's the oddball. We call it a macmosa, but it'll always be a curiosity of where exactly what, was it mac pollen? Was it a little bit of pollen, or was it just, people grow plants and they'll get a seed or two.
Yeah, we might have
Just
had
one or
one.
two seeds out of a plant. And that was the case with that mimosa. There was just a couple seeds, and I got one seed in the apple fritter.
Well, somewhere along the line, either there was a
So
herm sack that we missed, maybe one or two that got through on the trim and everything. And that might have been what it was. It could have been leftover pollen. But either way, you guys got to check out the garden a little bit. That's cool.
yeah, it's
It's
cool to
fun
have
watching
one.
that stuff grow, especially in soil that you've been mixing for 2 years, almost 3 years now. We had those tomatoes in pots, and then we saved that soil, kept adding a bunch of stuff to it. We added some bag soil to it, and kept mixing a bunch of different shit in. Couple bales of hay went through there, cardboard,
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see it flourishing with just the
whole bunch of
with the stuff.
3 years worth of cocoa grows got processed into there, and there's no perlite or nothing left. Everything we've ever put in there, it's just worms galore, and the plants seem to be loving it. And it's fun to go out there and just put water on it only from the hose and watch it just be perfectly green and flourish. Huh? Isn't
Yeah,
that fun?
it was really awesome to see the full cycle of like collecting the table scraps and the grass clippings and the leaves of the yard and sticks, and then adding that all like throughout the season, and it breaking down into soil, and just amazing.
Oh,
it
that
was
was cool.
amazing.
Even in the wintertime, man, it was the
know.
last, it wouldn't even hold, like there was the last spot that would get snow and ice on it would be over that way. And then even then, when it got a cap on it, if you was chipped through the ice on top, it would be nice underneath, man. And it was weird. It was just cool. We watched it go from this big mountain, and it just kept collapsing and collapsing and collapsing. It's like, where's it all going? But we ended up with enough, and we're just going to keep doing that every year. Now we have to get a new compost bin going because it took all we had. So we kind of got to get a new start on one so we can have it continually added to it. But I need a place that's a little bit better than I had before too. So I need to get me like a tumbler barrel or something for my yard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're thinking about like the options of what we can do, but it's definitely a must. Now that we've done that, I just want to keep doing that.
The compost.
I just want to keep composting.
It makes nice stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
It
for
smells so
gardening.
earthy too. When you put your hand in there,
It's
thinking,
just, wow.
that's what makes you feel proud when you get in there and it's like nice and fluffy and it's not like clay and it's real earthy and shit. It's like, damn, it's going to grow good stuff,
Plus,
and
there are a lot more that we'd like to add another bed and grow more vegetables.
yeah.
And the fence line that we have is pretty long. I know we could put more beans. I would like to do like
It's
sunflowers.
175 feet. That's a lot of beanage, man. A lot of beanage. That's cucumbers and everything.
Beans. Yeah.
Hey, enough about that. You guys grow on Art, man. You don't grow no tomatoes and shit down in your house, huh?
I have, but when I got spider mites, I think I got it from a garden. No, I was working in my niece's garden, I think. So I kind of avoid that anymore. I just go to a farmer's market now. So, that's just paranoia.
Oh yeah.
Pardon my French, but yeah, it's a little nerve wracking, but I figure I like to be outside in the yard and around the plants and just hanging out there sometimes. So, we do change our clothes and stuff and try to do it the best we can. But,
a lot of people do that. They don't get infestations. So, just be careful.
I'm hoping if we're just careful and that saying that if you grow long enough, it's just a matter of time. I hope that when we're dealing with spider mites, it's when we're in our 90s.
Yeah.
And we have so
There
much
you
experience, so many jars banked up by then that it's like, oh well.
Start over, reset.
We'll just reset. We have a lot of jars, so But I wanted to say hello and welcome to the show, CT's Best Exotic Smoke. How are you doing today?
Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing awesome. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you.
Every day
Hey,
above
buddy.
blessing, man. Every
Hey,
day.
bud. I know that's right. Every day the best when you wake up.
That's right. Yeah, they were
Hey,
talking.
Smart. I got my pollen bags from Daga.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Check them bad boys out. You see
I'm
that?
going right now.
Yeah.
It's got a little window on the side of it, so you can check out your progress.
Oh, that's
So-
cool.
Yeah, because who was it? I see was the one that was showing me. So remember, he had some just like that.
Yep.
That's
That's where I
cool.
got it.
That'll be nice. Now
Anyway.
I can't remember. We had how long was those supposed to stay on? Just for like a day or two, or not even 8 hours? Or
I'm
something?
not sure. I'm not sure. I know you pollinate at 28 days into flower. That's all I know right now. I got a little while to go. Plus, I need to get pollen, so
I
I'm good
think-
for a while. But
Didn't he say they were dumping the pollen in the bag, putting it over the thing, tying it, and then just shaking it real good or something?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to research it. So
It's pretty cool.
I
I'm
got
looking
'em.
forward to that, man. When I see that shit, my mind just starts going, thinking, how's this going to go? How do you do that? How does it tie on the ends? Does it come with a twist tie? Or is there a drawstring down there?
no drawstring, no twist tie either. You're gonna have to provide your own. But I'm gonna look on YouTube and look up the company, and see what they recommend. So I'll do it their way.
That'll be fun, man. That thing will cover
So
a
I thought-
full of shit.
Yep.
Roll
And I got
ball.
3 of them, so I can do what I need.
That's wild.
That is cool. They're talking in the chat about, I think it was Ross Anante. Cheers to the chat, by the way. Hooley, Mountain Dan, Haas, Ross Anante, Chronic. They were saying weed nerds there. They were saying about the compost bins, and then Ross Anante said we have a cool cycle here. We grow vegetables for the dining halls and get the leftover kitchen scraps for compost. It's like a regenerative
Yeah.
cycle.
Yes.
The one problem that I found is I don't have a lot of trees in my yard, just 2 little ones. I found out that you need, like, for every 5-gallon bucket of table scraps, which is considered nitrogen, I need to come up with 15 to 30 buckets of carbon to make a good compost. And that's a hard ratio to hit for me. I mean, I need a damn chipper shredder so I can go get logs and chop them up or something to kind of equal that ratio. So we didn't hit it, that's for sure. And they're still doing good, but I'm curious of what they do and how he does his table scraps. Ross Anante there at the college, do they use that same 15 or 20, 30 to 1 ratio? It's not an easy one to find.
No.
That's a lot of carbon input. You got to come up with.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we have a little bit of trouble now. Like Smart said, we didn't meet that goal, but it's still
They're still working.
still seems to be doing.
Because it
just
was,
fine.
we had a few times where it got like, it got real sludgy and slimy and I didn't like it. And we added what we could as far as carbon and it seemed to help it out. And it's like, I can see how I can see what they're getting at. But yeah, it's working great. It's just a matter of dialing it in further. What else did we have on the chart? What CT, how's your plants going today, man? Everything's still on track?
Yeah, everything's still on track. Doesn't seem to be getting any worse. That I can notice. I record a video every night and then I'll do it again tonight and rewatch it from last night to tonight and check it out. But that's how I get to do it because hard to visualize it, right? And I'm like, oh, that wasn't there yesterday, but then you go look and it was there yesterday. So I don't know. It's confusing to me how they just got like that from a flush. No flush has ever made my EC go down that low and stay that low for that long. So
yeah, that's wild, man. And that means
super wild. Like I've
curious.
never. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I'm curious to see how they respond on this 1600 over the next week. I think they're going to come right back around, and that everything's probably going to start.
Yeah, the other ones, I got 2 here that are praying like hell, or 3 actually. same nutrient. These the ones that are in this tent, they're not part of the auto challenge, but they're all the same strain. Not saying pheno, but same strain. Obviously, some pheno that's different, right? But yeah. So I don't know. It was three plants were affected, 3 weren't. So I don't know. I was dumbfounded. I just couldn't figure it out because I've done many clusters before, and it's always come back right back.
Yeah.
Within a day or two, you'd get the normal runoff, and not this time.
Oh,
It's literally like
that's quite an
insane.
anomaly, man.
Yeah, it is. Like, what? But I'm gonna stick with the 1.6, and the new growth does look like it's nitrogen deficiency right now, but I don't know yet. I gotta wait. They just woke up, so I'm looking at them now actually. So I'll know in an hour or two. Like this lady right here, I don't know, like really light yellow.
You can show them if you want, man.
Oh yeah, let me go get my here.
Pop them on the screen. Let's get our.
We'll take a look at
Give
them.
me something from my eye holes.
Let's do that. I know you're recording right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just have to. Yeah. Hey, no, it's no big deal. Just
Take your
take your time.
Oh, let's see here.
There we go.
Nice.
This lady right here, she's praying like hell. Like,
Yeah, she's looking good.
Oh
she's
shit.
good,
Man.
right? And then you come over here, she's good. And then you come over here, and it's like, what? Say it again, bud.
Can you turn your phone to the side? It'll
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
So this one is one of the ones that got hit off, and that one over there, I could go closer to those ones in a second. But you see how it's like really light.
Well, I'll tell you this, CT. We often see that in our plants, and what you gotta. It's a lot of times that's indicative of vigorous growth, man. And you'll see that shit'll green up in like a day or two.
Check out the
Oh yeah. Oh hell, you got.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can have a hell of a. You can have a nice haul out of that tent, man.
He's a massive, like her stock is just insane. The other one's in the back as well. My wife did some pretty good LSTing on them.
She sure did.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but other than that, like that problem that I was having over there, I'm happy with them. Like that one over there is also a little sad, but she's more perky today than she was yesterday. And I think I got to get rid of a little bit of the leaf, man. I know people don't like taking leaves off, but
no, I
just feel like it's too packed in there. Yeah, I feel like it's too packed in there. So I'm gonna give it a little haircut today. Actually, that's why I was rushing home to get in. I said, "Oh, smart and crispy toast today. I got to get it in there." So yeah, they're just waking up.
It's important to find a good balance in your tent with removing leaves and leaving enough behind so you're catching the light and stuff. And it looks like you're
right. So I took her. She's already got her haircut. I just wanted to see how she would react. She got her haircut 3 days ago, so she reacted amazing to it too.
Yep.
All her leaves are just like
she can breathe. Hey,
yeah.
Vigorous.
We always say this, CT. Just imagine if you and 5 of your friends were jammed in that tent at 80 degrees and 50-60% humidity all day. You'd want a little room in between you to move around, and they're the same way. They're gonna need a little room to breathe and shit, So you got a nice cool tent, man. You're ripping over there, dude.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I just get a little, I don't know, worried about them sometimes. A little over attached, I guess. But that's me.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Did I
that.
see a level
We're all
on your
that.
light?
Yes.
Yeah, I got
it. I love that. Yeah, I'm the same damn way. I cannot have it all, man. I need to make sure everything,
time, man.
Yeah, right.
It's still crooked half the time.
I got a mind to get on now. And finally, though, this just happened. Don't let me play it. That just happened for me to get it there because I had this is for newbies, right? Because I didn't know, nobody taught me. I had these bad boys around here, and it would just keep leaning the light, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Why is the PDF over here this, and why isn't this over here? And then finally I was like, you know what, let me put a level on this thing. And that thing was like so off, it was unbelievable. The thing was like this.
Oh man.
Like that. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, let's get that fixed. So I've been leaving the level up there. Works out great. But yeah, so that's that, bro.
Everything looks good, man.
Yeah, your tent looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I just gotta figure out which one I'm gonna give a haircut to first. Sometimes I can sit here and stare at them for hours, I tell you. It's so
Oh, no doubt.
relaxing. It's my therapy, man.
It sure
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's my therapy. Keep the kids out. I close up the little plastic wall I got here, and I just go about my day. And sometimes you can just sit here, listen to music with them. But yeah, they're great. It's just the little deficiencies. They bother me, man, knowing that they're having some type of problem.
Right. I feel you, man.
And I went back on my notes from my last grow since last night. I'm going to turn my camera off just because I'm going to go to the other side.
Okay.
And so my last grow around this time, I was feeding them. This was before I got involved with joining Doc's Patreon and all that good stuff.
Right.
I did have them at the 2.8 and with no burn on videos. So it might just be that I have to, because of what they have in it, run it that high. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it consistent the way it is right now and see how it turns out. But my last notes in this same strain, actually, and that's why I grew it again, because I love the strain, didn't burn. So I'm going to check it out and see what's up. Hopefully I don't have to go that high. It sucks having to go that high, right?
Well,
But
I think what we kind of figured out was that some of those nutrient companies, see, I call it the dark matter of the nutrient world. So if you know anything about dark matter, it's a force in space that's pushing everything apart, blah, blah, blah. It's invisible and this. So they put inert salts in a lot of these, like Athenas and shit. And so when you run a 2.8, you have to get that high just to be able to get the correct NER and have enough micronutrients not to have deficiencies. But it's still hard to understand for me that there's an inert salt in there. So you're really only running like a 1.5 and they add all that extra shit. Is that just so they stand out?
I think that's something to do with their pH perfect technology, maybe even.
Yeah,
I don't know, to be honest.
maybe that's what it is. That's
It
a
could
tough
be.
one, man. But
It's
hey,
a tough one to judge.
You got it going, man. They're looking all right. And I wouldn't be upset with that harvest. And it looks like they're not in any shape that they're going to give you a hard time getting there either. I think anything that you had was in the past. I think some of that lighter top growth is just because they're back on track and growing vigorously. And I would say if you stay the course with your current regiment, you'll see definitely good results.
I'm hoping, brother. I'm hoping. But like I said, in growing, I look at it, if I learn something that grow, I already won. So
All right on.
harvest is a bonus, you know?
That's right.
But here, I'll show my Sticky Dicky she hasn't bolted yet. So she's later than mostly everybody else's. Let me see how I do this here again. Here.
I just found a seed in my alien OG bud, which I'm not surprised.
This is her.
Let me get you.
She hasn't hit her bolt yet, though. I did chop her head off. Remember?
Yeah.
There's her original. This would be her original top cola here,
Gotcha.
but I ended up twisting it off on accident. But she still branched out crazy, so I'm waiting for the bolt to hit. See what we get. See how tall she gets and what we get out of her. I'm counting 18 colas at the top, so well, not colas. Let me say bud sites, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. See if I can keep them under control, because sometimes they just go wild on you, right?
Right.
Start out passing everything else. But I thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys for your help always. Appreciate that. Oh, I got the canitrol here. I still haven't plugged it in, but it's set up. It's ready to get plugged in.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Check
but
you
I
out.
have not. I have not plugged it in yet. I've had it for like a week, but I haven't plugged it in. Plugging it in tonight. See how it is. Do you leave it for a day running or something?
Nope.
The
You fire that thing
manual
up,
is like
it's ready
pretty.
to go to.
Yeah, it's ready to go within like minutes. You'll see it like do this cool thing with like a blue light will flash.
Yep.
And it.
I seen that on a video. Yeah, and then
Well,
you're good to go from there, huh?
Oh yeah.
one thing you do want to pay attention to is make sure you read that booklet before you start it up, because you know your display model, the display where you push the buttons. I
Yeah,
believe-
here
Yeah, I believe you want that either plugged in before you
first.
plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's already plugged in back there.
Okay. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I read that. I read
It
the
was
whole thing,
like
but there was a
gold,
purple
red.
big sponge in here. That's just for packaging, right?
The purple, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the yellow one is the one you want to put in.
Yes.
The yellow
Okay,
one.
that's what I was waiting for. I was gonna write you today on that actually, because I didn't know it was like so that purple sponge was so perfectly cut. I'm like, maybe this goes underneath.
No,
But,
no, you got it. It's the little yellow one in the dish, man.
You
All right,
know,
perfect.
like I don't know if we got to tell you if you heard us say that canitrol, that little tray in the back that to remove
Yeah.
the water. That's
Can I
such
hook a hose to that?
Yes.
That's what I do.
Nice.
You know what? I could
Okay.
probably go over with my camera and just show him real quick
Go for it.
so that he can see.
Just watch it doesn't get your face, because mine started on my face.
Yeah,
My mouth-
mine did too.
I'll-
But whatever.
One of these days we're gonna say fuck it and just come on and show my face. I don't think anyone really gives a shit who I am. Nobody knows me.
Right, and it just turned legal here in Connecticut anyways to grow. So
It's just that's
for
the thing
medicinal
with
patients,
here,
at least.
you know?
I'm medicinal, so. But
I
I
just-
just don't like people knowing who exactly. I'm the same way, man.
I
Never
just-
know what hate you got out there.
I get tired of being hiding behind the screen here. I'd like to be able to look my viewers and people,
Right.
you know, in
Yeah.
the eyes and say, "Hey, man, you know, this is who you're talking to." But
Right, like the grower chat's cool to have that, you know. Like,
Yeah, that's one thing
we
we
know
do.
it's private. Like,
well, I like going to the growers chat, man. It's
I
fun.
love it, man. It's fun sometimes. Man.
There you are, Crispy. We see you. She's going to show you how we put a hose on. I forget the size of that hose. I believe it's 3/8 inside diameter. I'll let you know for sure though.
I probably have it from buying all
Turn
the
your
water.
camera
access
around.
parts.
Crispy, all the way at the top of the screen. There's a camera with a.
Yeah, I put my finger over that thing.
I don't know what she's doing. She's.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
tell her never mind. Tell her never mind. Never mind, Crispy. Smart will send me a picture later. Thank you, though. Oh, there it is.
I stopped it. Let me go.
All right, cool.
I stopped your video. Just never mind. I'll have to send you a picture or something.
Yeah. Just send me a picture of how you did it, and I'll work from there. I was thinking about it though. Like, definitely need a hose back there because that thing looks annoying.
There, I mean,
The good thing is
that whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
no. I don't think on YouTube it was viewable though.
Oh no, this is silhouette.
It's just
It
what
was just yours and ours.
I couldn't see it.
screen,
I couldn't see
I
anything.
believe.
So
No, only if you're in Skype you can see it. So you're good there. But it does suck having to hide like that. So. All right, what you got going on over there? Those are pollen sack bags, huh?
all right, here we go. I think I got it. Seed person's with us now too, right?
What's up,
Yeah, I
everybody?
see him there.
Okay.
How's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Good to
How
see
you doing?
everyone. I'm doing well. I was doing some work in the garden, so I'm late. Sorry about that. I was watching though. Everybody's gardens look great. So
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Trying hard, right? That's all we can do is
Oh, yeah.
try our damnedest with the amount of time we have. Every morning, like CT said, that's my therapy too. In the morning and at night, we get in there, water twice a day and look them over, prune them, do whatever, check light densities, get rid of the runoff and do daily chores. It usually only takes about, if we both jump on it, it's 10 minutes, but we usually just hang out in there for a good half hour or so.
Yep. That's right.
I'm a
Good for
firm,
the girls.
It is.
you guys might all think I'm crazy, but I'm a firm
No,
believer.
you're not.
When we open that
I
door,
already
Trick
know what you're gonna
question.
say.
as soon as you unzip the tent, you can tell like something don't feel right. You get like a weird vibe or something.
Gut feeling, yeah.
And you start looking around, and sure enough, you find nerves, or you'll find like I remember telling my wife that I was like, something about this grow just doesn't feel right. I feel disconnected from this tent. Wouldn't you know it? It ended up seeded, all kind of shit. I just had a real weird gut feeling. Now I will say,
That's
you-
crazy because I had that same feeling about Sticky Dicky. And I told my wife that she wouldn't let me kill it off. And then Docs turned Herbie, and I was like, yeah, about that.
Like I get that. Like I have a hard time killing plants too.
I do too, but man, I would hate for it to pollinate and it be a breeder effect because then you're just stuck with Hermes seeds. If it's your fault, at least the seeds that you get from the other plant are going to be all right. But yeah, if it's a genetic thing, you're all set.
Right on. Cheers to the chat. I see it. Budsville, USA is new to the show. Wanted to welcome them to the chat. Tell them you got a wrench if you want to share anything as far as links or codes or something. And there's always a link there to join the show. If you have any questions or you want to share your grow with other people and stuff, feel free to jump on.
If you're looking for followers, put your link up.
Yeah, and they're small tubes. Cheers, buddy. Captain Blackheart. Ross and Naute still here. He's never right on. Rod Handler. I see me.
I like the
Hooley.
name,
Yeah, Rod Handler.
Rod Handler.
Must be a fisherman, I bet.
Hope so. There's Scrubs. Hey, Scrubs.
Yeah, there's Scrubs and Shrubs. Hey, I had a question for Scrubs. After he left our show last week, I started to ponder in them outside plants, I'm curious, does Scrubs have to add does he water them every night, or does he just let the rain? I'm sure he has to water them. He can't just let them go. So I'm curious, how much he gives them and how often. I'm sure if it rains hard one day, he'll obviously miss a day or two, but I was just curious, right? Them big ass plants.
Yeah, like for any outdoor grow, like
How often?
how often do you normally grow?
How often
Like,
do
what
you
do you-
water them?
Do you just count on rainwater and just supplement?
Yeah, it is Budsville. It's hard to find. We live in Pennsylvania and it's illegal to grow here. So that's why we don't show our face. And you're right. There's no one we can talk to in real life. In person.
Wait, what do you mean? This is real life.
You know what I mean?
What you mean?
We can't tell even our closest people,
Oh.
There's only, I think our parents are the only ones that know, to be honest with you. There might be a couple people that suspect.
I had to tell. I'm lying to my mom. I had to tell her that I stopped because she worries too much. I don't want to do that. She's just like thinks that I'll be going straight to jail. And
But when they come here, it smells like dank. So I'm sure they have like.
Well, we have the filters, and when my mom comes over, I have incense and stuff going. So And we do have it up in the upstairs room. We keep the door closed when I do get company. I don't think that they suspect. And if they did, they're not saying anything to me. So the few family members that I do have here to my house, I don't think they know at all.
Hey, he says he's been every other day, but eventually, yes, every day.
Okay.
And unless it rains, he said, I'll give it 2 to 3 days. That's kind of how.
So that's what they're doing for out the outdoor watering.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It's like our outdoor garden, you know. When it doesn't rain, I like to hit a little bit every night if I can. I don't like to let it go. We don't like to let it go for more than like 3 days without getting watered.
Why is there a heart on my screen now? That's in the way. You guys have a heart on your screen when you go to YouTube in the right hand corner on your phone?
Not on the Zoom.
I have it on YouTube.
Nah, I'm watching
It's
it
a
on
new
Yeah,
thing.
it's like it
cuts
was an
off all-
update of when our phones updated, it added it, and I don't
take it
seem
off?
to be able to find a way. No, I can't find a way to remove it.
Oh, jeez. I
Without
hate it
short
when
of
they do that.
contacting, you know, yeah,
Huh.
I don't even know.
I see nothing on my tablets
Yeah, man, it blocks out
or
all
my
the,
phone.
like I'm sitting here reading and I have to wait until other people comment. So it pushes it up past the little heart so you can see it. Sons of bitches.
Hey, I got a question for you guys, lady, in the chat.
Lay it on us.
Yeah.
man.
So my state recently went medical, and they're starting to put up like there's jobs for like extractors and shit like that. But it's not legal to home grow. So would having a job in the cannabis industry bring like attention or suspicion, or would you be cool doing that and like but still be doing the grow at home like against the law? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you
I don't
think
know.
it would be a better cover, or do you think that it's going to draw heat? Like as far as
Right.
how hard is
Am I going to be under more scrutiny? You know,
Yeah, that's
if
a
they're
And
watching
who's
the
going to-
facility, are they watching the employees? Are they watching? You know what I mean?
That's a damn good question,
And even
man.
when you're
That's a
applying
good
for the
question.
job, like I wonder how hard they look at you for like applying for that job, or
Well, they're gonna want somebody who's gorilla growing for the last 10 years or however many years and saying, look, I know how to do this shit. I understand how I've washed a lot of batches of fucking bud, you know, or whatever the case may be. But you're right, because now you have a reason to say that, yeah, of course I smell like bud really bad. I work in a dispensary or whatever, you know.
yeah, that would be your
Yeah,
cover.
Right.
But at the same
But
time,
the other way around,
yeah,
because
man.
it's so new and they're just putting the regulations in place and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
states flip flop a lot. Sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, we're gonna get started, and then everything changes, and you got to shut down or whatever. You know.
I'm not sure, man. No, I would look at that if I was you. I think
I'm like, if you're applying for the job, I mean, you want to tell them you have experience, but you're admitting to being
Yeah.
criminal.
Yeah, you can't put a felony on a resume and then
Well,
expect to get hired.
I break the law.
yeah.
You know, that's the, you know, in admitting that you have any experience, you know, you're admitting to,
felony. Yeah.
you know, so like, you got to be careful. It depends on the
I think for me,
person interviewing. Yes.
for me, see person, it would take me directly to the bad side of it. I would think to myself, there's no way these people, you know, it's gonna put more scrutiny on me and I don't know.
Yeah. And
Exactly,
now,
and I'm, you know, I was trying just to be the gray man and kind of blend into the background of life and shit. So
It's because
in
we
that
have
state,
laws with
Yeah.
illegal pot. So now it's, you know what I mean? Even when they legalize it, you're gonna feel weird having an ounce of bud.
Yeah, that's never gonna go away.
You know?
and
Well,
you
it
can
also
tell it's
depends
a
which state.
anti-weed state. It doesn't. It's too. They're just getting medical. Forget about it. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't risk it.
Depends what state it
They're,
is. That's
they're
right.
yeah. They're
That's a
leaning
good
hard. It's if they're just getting medical now, I would not go for it, bro. To be safe.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards. Yeah. So, but I just wanted to hear your all's thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how'd you learn how to extract all that? You know,
Exactly.
You've been here the last 15 years. Dude.
That could be like a
I
really
was
cool
doing
job.
hemp. Like, what are you talking about?
You know a lot about this stuff. You say you worked at Office Depot?
Yeah. Right.
So I read a lot of books. Okay. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Right, like you never heard of cocoa
Or-
for cannabis, damn it.
Yeah.
The other way around.
Jesus.
You walk in and you put a seed down, and they say, "What's this? It's my resume. I'll see you again in 4 months. Come back with some weed."
Bullshit, that's
Like-
what it is.
But like the people that like our state's medical, and the bud tenders are the people that are working in those dispensaries. You know, you'd want them to be at least be able to tell you about the product and be smoking it and
Yeah. I can tell you,
sampling it.
those
and,
people don't
you
know very much at all. Most of them are like,
They don't even know what weed is, let alone.
most of them don't know much at all, man, about.
So, you know, you could assume that's the way it is all the way down the line. And like you would be one of the few that would actually be understanding of the process and know how
Stand out like a herm, too.
beneficial, probably, you know, very beneficial to a company like that. But, you know, it's
It's a weird thing.
yeah,
man.
that is like
Going to the fucking dispensary here, man. There's a guy out front with a gun. You have to
Yeah,
show your
it's-
ID, go through 2 Sally ports. Then you go back in this back room that looks like you're waiting to go to see parole. And then they take you back this long hallway, break open this big door that's like really heavy duty, and you go in this room with all this shit in there. And it's real weird. And I'm thinking there's people in prison for this. And now the government's escorting me back here with a gun, armed guy. It's just fucking weird. I'm thinking I'd rather buy my stuff from a corner guy at the flea market, you know. If I had to buy grass, I definitely,
You know,
it's not a cool.
It sounds like a cartel.
Yeah, it's so cartel.
It's like a fucking government cartel.
It's so cartel. It's so freaking messed up. And the last thing they care about is any medical patient. I can tell you that just by looking at it. They want that dude that's a cornball coming in there and spending $180 every single day that it's open. And he knows every strain that they have. I seen them dudes when I was in there because I did go a few times. And then I was. And
You
like,
saying Sally
Oh,
point
the
triggered
sample.
my PTSD. I got to smoke.
yeah, man. It's a
He said Sally port. Like, damn.
it's a solid
I was in
yeah.
court. I
seriously.
thought I was going to court.
Walk up to a camera, right, and you hold up your Pennsylvania ID for cannabis and your driver's license. You hold both of them up to the camera. Then they open the door. You go into these girls that are sitting behind this glass wall, just like at a bank or something with a little thing. They'll hand them your ID and shit. They check to make sure that you're all good. And then they'll give you like a number card and you'll go in and wait in this room. They'll come out, call your number. You go back. It's really weird. You can't touch anything. You can't smell it. You can't hold it in your hand. They take it, put it right into a bag, fold the bag, staple it shut, give it to you, and they escort you out the front door. And the funny thing is, as soon as you get in your car and drive away, the cops know where you came from, and now they can give you a DUI because you have no protection. So there you go. It's a fucking setup down there. I get upset.
Sounds like Florida during the oxycodone.
Yeah, man. It's a real shame is what it is.
Ours is a lot like that, except you when you walk into the main room, they have one line for medical patients, and they just go up and they take them next, no matter who's there. So medical goes ahead of recreational every
We're
time.
only in med.
That's in Illinois.
Right on.
Well, it's turning rec July 1st here. My wife can't have her pistol permit and be a medical patient, so
Same here.
I can't have a pistol anyway, so I just get my medical license. They took my privilege.
I saw an article about it that said that the ATF still says that anybody that is a medical patient can't own a gun or is associated with cannabis in any way. Like federally, it's still like really illegal. You know, even if
It
the
is,
state,
no
like I know
matter what.
Oklahoma is cool with that or whatever, but I think that's the only state you can have a gun and do cannabis
Yeah,
stuff.
until the feds come knocking on your door to take it.
Yeah, I mean, federal law trumps the state law, right?
Trumps
So,
any law. Yeah,
wow, it is.
Well,
They're fucking goons. They're gonna do what they want, man.
the biggest gang in the world.
We got to get people in office to change the laws in our manner and do it instead of.
You got people sitting in Senate for 100 years. They look dead.
Yep, we need to
The
do it,
hell?
man, and get in the office and get people in office and get these people educated about cannabis, what it really is, and
Gotta wait till these old bastards die.
yeah,
It's like, why don't they have a mandatory, like, you can only be in there 7-8 years? Like, what? How are they in there 60 years plus? Like, no way. Craziness, man.
It's like politicians that get elected by putting cannabis people in jail and then later on legalizing it. Like,
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
you know, or that's like they're trying to get more
Right.
votes and stuff, you know.
Yeah, oh, always. That's
Yeah,
what it's all
I don't
about.
trust
Getting a
anyone.
little better. Getting a little better.
Okay.
Minnesota just legalized last week, so one at a
Yeah, that's
time.
pretty
One at a
sweet.
time.
I don't trust
Yep.
neither
And
side of that
they have home
government.
grow too. They got home grow.
I used to live in Minnesota. Yeah. And then I went to the
Cool.
medical dispensary in Minnesota, and it was like during the pandemic, and it was like you drive up to this small building in an industrial park. There's like factories and shit all around, and then there's like a big bar, and then there's just a little like building, and you drive up and get in line, and you crack your window and you hand them cash and your ID, and then they go inside and they come out with a bag and they give you however many vape carts you want. You don't get to pick any strains. You just get a vape cart with cannabis oil in it, and it changes throughout, like, you know, because they have a little thing in there with the terpenes, but it's different and you don't get to pick. So, and then
That's
or
weird.
oil
Sounds
was
like the
how it
crack
was. You
house
could get that or
back in the
oil,
90s.
and that was it.
That's what that
Well, even
sounds
from
like,
the
crack
beginning, we
house
always
in
had
the
a
90s.
choice. Jeez, that sucks.
That was only 3 years ago. So
Give
see
you
how quickly
blind.
it's
Here,
changed from that to being fully legal. You know, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I can understand it. It's not probably the easiest thing for a government to go from something that's been illegal for so long, even though it was wrong.
I was about to say, but they knew it was
Switch
wrong when
right
they did it.
over overnight. It needs to change, man, quick. This is crazy.
Yeah.
All these
I
other
mean, with-
states, it's crazy.
Canada and Mexico becoming legal, come on.
They
And
keep
these-
saying we need more time. We need more
And-
time.
People have been brainwashed thoroughly. You know, they think it's heroin, so
But yeah,
Yes.
crack.
Yep.
or
Green
crack.
crack.
Yeah, there you go. That's even better. They don't want their kid to start crack.
We're gonna burn down all your houses because of growing equipment. It's gonna catch everybody's house on fire and it's gonna pollute the waterways. And they have all this shit that's just not true, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna pollute the waterways. Like, come on. You guys pollute more than anything.
No, yeah, exactly. No more than you have.
Right.
Jeez.
Hey, come on. You already like, get out of here with that.
Growing hemp actually cleans the soil. It scrubs it, you
Absolutely.
know, not
It
Right.
does.
the shit we want to smoke, but I'm saying if let people would grow more hemp on some, that's supposed to really help clean the soil. And I want to say it was a crazy rate, like 5 times faster than other plants or some shit, you know? And that's pretty cool.
They're using it in Chernobyl to
Are they
pull the
really?
radiation out of the soil. Yeah, sure. Hemp.
Mhm.
Absolutely. It
Yeah,
sucks a
hemp.
lot of stuff out. Heavy metals and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that's why I said we wouldn't want to smoke that, but you know, if you have
No,
no,
but
no,
grow
no.
it. Grow it. You got the
Yeah.
room, grow it.
then you can make rope out of it, I guess. You know, it's not gonna hurt.
Well,
to
It's
No,
everything.
I think, and not if it's radioactive. They got to
Well, maybe
sequester
not
that stuff away. Yeah,
thinking
the
like
chemical
heavy
stuff. Yeah.
around here.
I
We
don't
have
know.
heavy metals from the steel making and shit. You know,
Oh yeah.
I think probably, but yeah, radioactive is a lot different. I wonder what they do with the hemp after they harvest it.
I don't know.
Burn it.
You can't burn it.
You got to store it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
I
to
was gonna
compress
say.
it and store it.
Dump it in
Probably
the
Yeah.
burn it.
Yeah, you
Dump
burn
it
it,
in
put
the
it in the
oven.
atmosphere.
Put it back in the air.
Everybody gets high and then dies.
and then dead.
Or grows an extra ear.
ship it.
Oh, I don't know how I got a third nipple. Like, oh, thank you, government. Don't worry.
Say
They won't do
a third
nothing.
lung for smoking more.
Hey, there we go. Now we're talking.
They
We
have your
spun
best
out.
interest at heart. I swear.
So seed person, is your stuff lit up yet, or?
Yeah, my wife is down there right now. She's smoking up and watching TV. So we at about 20 after, I'll go down there and trade off with her, and I'll show you guys.
Cool,
I got all
cool.
3 tents are lit, so it'll be good.
Nice. I can't wait to see him. Cheers to the chat for hanging out. I see Midwest Outlaw, Mountain Dan. Cheers, buddy. Budsville still with us. Small Tubes, JK, Hooley, Penny Pebble Rippers, Okie Grower 75. He was making a good point there that you should have, it's your American constitutional right to be able to carry a firearm and have access to medical. It's always been that way. It's medicine, you know?
Right.
But, you know, that's a whole other.
Well, a lot of states, like I'm sure you're talking CT, your wife has to have a permit to conceal her weapon.
If she became a medical patient, which she's not, but if she
Right.
did, she would lose her pistol permit, period.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like in Pennsylvania, you get a permit to conceal it. We're an open carry state, though.
You don't.
We
need
all
it.
have the right to carry a weapon here. It's when you want to hide it and tuck it under your belt and in your pants.
That's when
You
need a
have to
permit.
have the permit.
Yeah, but you can have it on your hip,
You can
man.
have it right on your hip.
You'll see people-
You're open you're open carry, huh?
Yeah.
We are too. We are too.
Go
Oh, okay.
Walmart.
We are not.
It's not uncommon to see some of these farmers walking through there with a gun on their hip, man, and you can
You
see
blame
them
them?
wear it every day, everywhere they go. You can tell their holster's well worn, you know. And I often feel comfortable when I see that because some of those people are good folks, and I know they have a steadfast aim. And if someone gets out too crazy and comes in Walmart or whatever acting nuts, they'll get dealt with in a state like Texas or Pennsylvania, as long as the right people are there, you know.
Right.
All right.
That's a
I got
good.
a question. Is there any other medication that prohibits you from owning a license to carry a firearm?
Not that I know.
Psychotics.
It's
So yeah,
what's that?
antipsychotic
Yeah,
meds. I
Anything
guess.
antipsychotic.
Yeah,
That's
they
like-
got to be on some
That
kind
makes
of.
Got to be
sense.
like
Yeah,
schizo
that totally
meds,
makes sense.
bipolar meds, but anything for anxiety or anything is not considered uneligible. But yeah, of course, if
It's like
the person
opiates.
is schizo, yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't think
Like, I
opiates.
wouldn't want a crazy
Opiates
person to have
aren't
a
on the
gun, yeah.
list. Well,
Opiates
that
are
is
I
not
know,
on the
like
list, though.
opiates aren't on the list.
No,
they're
not at all.
the painkiller.
No. Pain controls, yeah.
But the way they were handing it out, you would think it should be.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they handed them out like they were candy. But weed's bad. You know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a shame.
Evil.
Weed's bad, but let me give this guy 220 per 30s. Yeah, cool, right on.
Not the truth. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
And then you got these ads for all these medications, and then they hit you with the quick may cause death, may cause stomach burn, may cause liver. It's like, go fuck yourself with that, bro. Why don't you speak as slowly as you were when you told me it was going to help my kidney?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
They
It's,
can talk fast, can't they? They can
Oh,
squeeze
yeah.
a lot in that last
That
second.
Yeah, may cause that. Yeah.
Is that someone that really can talk that fast, or do they talk
They-
regular? and
No,
just-
they speed it up.
Speed it up.
Yeah, they speed that up to like 7.
That FedEx guy was pretty fast. You remember that commercial? He was talking real fast. Oh, that's old school.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
Yeah, they hire
Positive.
retired rappers to do the disclaimers on medication ads. when
Well,
a
they
rapper
got-
gets too old to do shows anymore.
I was about to say they use them to promote it, so why not?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, I try to do this at the top of the hour. Underneath of the link, there is a description for Grow sponsor to take you there. If you have anybody's interested in buying Medic Grow lights, Photon Tech lights, or if you're interested in getting a Canatrol, there's a link there underneath. Also the Homegrown Cannabis Seed Company. We're on our second round of seeds from them, and so far we're pretty happy with those. That mimosa and apple fritter has been some killer smoke. So yeah, definitely check them out. And there's codes there to save you some money if you're interested in buying any of them products. We always like to say, we're not trying to sell you anything that you don't already want to buy. Hopefully you can save some money this way. we use all them products and have for a long time. So if you have any questions about it, you can check in our videos, our past shows and shit like that, our Instagram post where
yeah.
we're using all of those products.
And they're working pretty awesome.
We like them,
We do. We're enjoying the benefits of them.
right?
And, you know, like Smart said, the homegrown cannabis seed company seed, so far so good.
Hi, Chrissy. Crispy wannabe.
Hello, Mrs. CT. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Making food for the kiddos.
Oh, wow. It's nice to hear from you.
Nice to hear your voice. It's awesome. We've been chatting back and forth here and there, and it's nice to hear your voice.
Of course. Yeah, anytime.
Making food, huh? That sounds well, I was just sitting here wondering what are we gonna be eating after the show here? Is there anybody go, what are you having, CT? What's good for dinner tonight?
Well, if you guys are ever this way, I made some good Puerto Rican food.
Puerto Rican food.
Oh, sounds good.
Ooh.
Or
Domino's pizza. So I guess I'm not in any comparison to the homemade Puerto Rican food.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
take care, guys.
Hey, enjoy your dinner. Thanks for saying hi. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Anytime.
You're
All
like
right, guys. Growers love.
Grower love.
love.
Bye-bye.
All right, off to the kitchen. All right. Oh, I didn't mute it. Sorry, guys. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, no, we're funny.
The American one's still with us there. I gotta say, Art, man, I've been watching that Amy Aces, and you've done one hell of a job with her, dude. She's on
Busted.
swole, yeah. Totally swole.
Oh, she's jumping. She's
Yeah.
jumping. I still got a month left too, so it's got a long time.
Well, that's a great specimen for sure, man. I seen him pile roots the other day too. Was that on in that bucket?
Yeah, that was my grow tray, right? That was a week before, actually. I bet it's all the way to the end now.
Oh, I'm
Roots
sure.
on that is it's taken over everything. So
It dominates
gross.
the canopy space and then some, huh?
yes, yep.
That's
I had to
nice.
carve out a little space for my Flow OG mom. Get that in there. So, but it's a very vigorous. It's outdoing the other two plants, that's for sure. So, can't
Well,
wait for it to fatten up.
Those lights are on Sunday. I think we get to see that tent on Sunday. That room.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm
Everybody's
thinking about
talking-
changing my light cycle so I could like maybe a couple of hours later, so I could come on the growing with my fellow grower show sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So are you thinking about changing it during your actual flower cycle now or on the next run?
Oh no! After everything's done,
Oh,
then I'll
okay.
switch it over.
I was like, all right, how are we gonna do this, man? What's your plan? 24 hours of darkness and then,
Not a chance.
Someone recently asked that very question about switching the lights over.
Yeah, somebody was asking if it was possible to switch their light schedule over because their schedule had changed and they needed to be there when the lights were on, and this was a big problem. And
We had 3 or 4 people coming in during daylight savings time saying, "Can we just switch it?" It's like, no, you got to leave the plants alone, leave the lights alone.
well, it's
And you
always
can't
been my
switch it for an hour.
Yeah, you have to defend the darkness, man.
Yeah.
Once you set that circadian rhythm, you have to defend the darkness. But I guess it is possible to do it. I just
Yeah.
would never feel comfortable. I mean, I always try to do, as they say, play the tape all the way through. When we started grow, that's why I know some of you weren't at Doc Coco's show the other day, but we have all of our stuff ready. We did these pod ups on there and stuff. And you play the tape all the way through. And so you kind of see that coming down the road a little bit, and
Yeah, we always think about what time frame we're going to want to work with before we take them out. Like the plants in front of you, they're not getting a dark cycle yet.
not yet. They're still on.
They're still on 24 hours, which we're going to pick their cycle coming up is going to be at night. So we're going to pick like the nighttime hours because going into summer, we're hoping that, you know, the temperatures will be easier to control in the nighttime hour.
So we're gonna have these, you guys won't get to see these plants during flower. You'll probably have to just, we'll have to go to, we'll make videos
We'll have to do video
and show them on here because,
That works.
yeah, because they're gonna be
You s-
off from like, 9 AM to 9 PM. And then during flip, and we're gonna flip them pretty soon. I mean, we're gonna have, 6 plants there to fill up a 4x4 space. We might do like one topping and maybe another 10 days of veg or something and flip them over and see what happens. It's,
You say they're in 24-hour right now?
they
How long do
still
you leave them
are.
in? How long do you leave them in 24-hour after you
I
pot
usually
them?
only, I usually only like to do that for the first 2 weeks, but I'm a couple days over here. I really do want to start getting them some rest period. I think it really,
helps.
it helps them, but I like to do it when they're young, kind of keeps the stable environment, easy to control that first 2 weeks, the heat, all that's, I find to be positive, but I do got to get them on a dark, on a schedule there. And, good.
I put them into 18.6 immediately when I transplant them. They stay 18.6. They do pretty good, but I just never heard of the 24 hours for a couple weeks.
Yeah, man. And you know what else? I'm trying to do a quick
Cool.
bet. So if I can get them a couple extra hours of light, I'm all about it. But I do think there's they do enjoy that nighttime rest, man. And it seems to really, I don't know, at a certain age, I like to do it for about 2 weeks. And that comes from all the way back when we used to start our seeds under those T5 high outputs,
Well, we grew autoflowers too. So for the longest time,
Yeah.
we just,
and the T5s was always nice, and they would keep everything nice and stable for the first 2 weeks. The heat off of them
Yeah.
was good. And so I kind of just kept with that. But
They're a
That
general
was a
light.
hell of
They
a
really
pot
are.
up you did too. That was smooth as hell.
yeah, they all went pretty well after that one that we did on the Dr.
That
Ask
was
Dr.
really
Griffith show.
smooth.
I freaking love pot up day, man. It's one
Yeah,
of my
it's
favorite
really-
times.
The way you cross their hands is really the way to do it, because you try it the other way and forget about it. You're not getting it in there without. I did it. I tried it and almost pulled the whole damn thing out, trying to drop it into the hole. The way you did it was really smooth. I was like, wow. That
It's
was
nice
awesome.
and easy, man, and it goes very well. And it's nice to be able to see, at that point of the grow, I'm pretty much concerned about
Yeah.
cultivating roots and roots quickly. So that's when I actually get to see, boom, look at that.
Boy, seed person, that is just beautiful.
That
Oh
one's all
my,
purple over there.
All right.
just
Oh, look at
gorgeous.
that. Wow, they're beautiful, man. Good job.
Mm-mm.
Good job, bro.
That's this is the green crack, and it smells like a fruit energy drink,
They
Oh,
crack.
like a fruity,
Oh,
like a
sweet.
fake fruity smell.
like a Gatorade or something, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I
And then
can,
this one back here is Trainwreck. That's from 2020,
yeah.
and it smells like a lemon cleaning product.
Okay.
This
Pine
is
Sol.
the
Oh, man.
Grand Champagne, and it smells like earthy, very earthy. And this one back here is Alien OG.
We just smoked
Dude.
something.
Awesome.
That shit's fire. You'll love it.
Oh yeah. Well, you
It
know
just
what?
smells really like weedy.
You smoked the Alien OG before, right? Because I think it was you that told me that I was gonna really like the Alien OG, and you were right.
Yeah, yeah. I had it. It was one of the last strains that I got from my friend before we moved where I am currently. So I was like, that was when I just started growing, and I'm like, I want to grow that eventually.
We've
Yeah,
enjoyed
he's
it.
on a diet.
Kitty on a diet.
It's good.
There he
Not
is.
happy about it.
Don't try it. Jack your ass like a looter in a row.
Oh, they
There's
hate
the upside down
diets.
clone.
Is that the upside down?
Mhm.
Wow.
She's on
The
fire.
The buds are awesome.
Right?
is
They're
so
very
freaking
frosty and
cool.
very smelly.
Awesome.
No shit. Can't wait to drop those
Yeah,
into the my
That's so
purse.
cool, man.
that is
Right.
really cool.
Very,
I cut
very
off.
fragile. Like it feels like it's gonna fall out.
That's so awesome.
She's beautiful.
What we've got
Such an
here,
experiment.
So I got a whole bunch of stuff going in here.
Oh yeah.
These are the two autos. This is the lavender or the lilac diesel, and they just got potted up like an hour ago. This is the banana cross to banana 6 auto, and then these are in peat. So I usually go soil. I was thinking about trying something new. I've done peat before, but not when I was like experienced enough to understand what I was doing. And I went to the grow store today and they didn't have my soil. So I was like, well, I guess that, and it was cheaper too to buy the big bag.
Cool.
And
So-
Gigi uses peat, doesn't he? I think he does. Do you want
I
to
don't know.
Gigi hemp with Gigi?
yeah,
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah, he uses peat.
he uses Fox Farms, which is a peat-based mixture.
Oh,
That's
it's a
what all
mix,
these
okay.
are in right now,
Yeah,
except for these two are in the peat.
maybe Gigi switched over, but I don't know. It's the last I remember. There's a little auto flower. He's going for smallest auto flower. You might win, man.
I don't think it's officially in because I started it before 420.
Oh,
I think I started like 10 days before. I didn't know there was a time we had to drop.
a freak show.
Freak show.
Yeah, they're
There he
slow.
is.
Like
They're very slow
molasses in
growing.
wintertime. Yep.
This one's still alive. It's been like that for 5 days.
I've got a hidden
Still
small
alive.
auto too. I haven't shown
What's
it yet,
that?
but it's not in the. I said I have a hidden really small auto right now that I'm experimenting in one of those little ping pong thing. It literally gets better every 15 minutes, and
Oh,
she
really?
shows no difference. Yeah,
I'll let this one go for 2 days, and then I'll fill the cup up with water and just drop it in there, or like
Yep.
nutrients, I guess. Yeah.
Hell
This is
yeah.
a parlay. That's scrubs right there. Is
Oh,
was
okay.
it silver pearl across to black rose from the two
Nice.
old heads.
Right on. I remember when he was bagging those or putting them in those little things to send out to everybody. He's growing.
I got one of them.
Yeah, he's growing that scrubs and strubs string that he was sending out.
Oh, that
Remember?
is awesome.
Parlay. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that both the same there? Parlays?
No, this is Maid of Honor from 2020, and I just wanted to have a couple other plants. I'm gonna do one of these freak shows, and then maybe like two of these strains. So I'll probably kill one of these. And the last one is Farmer's Daughter, which is from Humboldt.
Okay.
So that one's coming up upside down, looks like.
I had a lot of problems with my whole boat seeds that I tried.
You see this?
Yeah, I
Yep.
see it.
That happened to me. And then if you go to flip it, it dampens on you.
There you go.
There you go.
Should be pert as a Ruttenbach in no time, man.
I hope so. Might be making my selection on the two like tomorrow instead of in 30 days. So see what happens.
We gotta get you some cocoa seed person.
Oh,
I
my
think
goodness, yeah.
you would enjoy growing in cocoa, man. I really do.
It's
For
the problem for me is like I don't like being super precise, so I don't pH like to the exact. I don't go by the EC. I just kind of go by the feed chart
Yeah.
and adjust as I feel like the plants need it. Like this one got really fucking big and then ate up all the nutrients, and I didn't realize like how hungry it was going to get. So and when I up potted it, I didn't feed it. I fed it with recharge, so it didn't get the nitrogen that it needed.
What
So I've been
strain is
go ahead.
that?
That's the platinum float. I love it, man. It's the as soon as I get it healthy again, it's gonna be awesome. But I love the structure of it. Like I've been spraying it with CalMag water, like once or twice a day for the last 3 days, and it has not drooped at all. It's been like this the entire time.
What's can I ask how you mix your foliar?
So I
like-
do
Uh-huh.
like 3 milliliters of Cali Magic in water, pH it to like 6, add a little bit of Dawn, and then
Yeah.
mix it really well.
Yep. That's exactly how I mix mine. I do it by EC, but I'll go to like a 0.7. On that plant, it's big. I would do a 1.0, which would probably end up being about 3 or
Like a
4.
full dose.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 or 4 milliliters per spray bottle, per 24 ounces or something would get me there. And yeah, it works pretty good, man. It looks like it's working for you. Where's the other cat? It never hangs out with us, huh?
She is with my wife.
She's
So
spoiled.
She knows my wife is going to get ready for bed, and she's already waiting on the bed.
Yeah. This one's spoiled. She's like, rub my belly now.
Right.
I don't care what show
Ow, ow. He's mad at me a lot more because he's on a diet. He's getting half of what he used to get food wise.
That's my dog right now. Yeah. And she started
It's
chewing
working
up
a
my
little bit.
shoes.
I'm rolling up some cherry pie. We grew 3 of these plants. We call it FF3, stands for forbidden fruit. This is cherry pie crossed with tangy, and I got it's some killer. It's got a real thick dankiness to it. It's hard to explain. I really like it though. It's earthy.
Hey, Spot, how long do you keep your buds in the canitrol before you're like satisfied with the taste and all
I
that?
keep them in there as long as I can. If I can, I'll leave them there until I need to use it again, So
Right. That's what I
months, I'll just go in there and grab a couple buds out, throw them in a jar. That's what I smoke for the day,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But now this recently, we wanted to clean, so we emptied them all out, put them in the jars, cleaned out the canitrols, and moved them around and shit,
How do you clean it?
Just
I did read just water.
Yeah, I just take a paintbrush that's never been used and I use it to brush off the metal trays. Now, the more you use it, you'll notice they'll get sticky. So I thought about just taking rubbing alcohol and just like wiping it off like that. I haven't done that yet, but I take that brush and I brush the whole thing out.
I was gonna say maybe some rubbing alcohol and water after.
I wouldn't put that in the machine.
No, not in the machine.
Yeah, just on the metal trays, but
Just in the trays, right? Because they probably get really sticky.
Then I'll take like just a dry paper towel and wipe it out then after I'm done with all that, and nothing ever comes off. It always looks clean when I'm done anyway, but that's after I've brushed it off and everything. And then I do Windex on the front of the thing. I don't know if it works. I've used rubbing alcohol like on the door jam where like our fingers have been so sticky and there's fingerprints that don't come off. I had to take like rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and like kind of rub those off of the hand.
Did you guys get the one with the tint or without?
We got 2 with and 1 without.
Is it tint or is it like a vinyl on the inside?
It's just a vinyl piece on the inside. You can take it out.
Yep. Okay, I figured that. Yep. I'm gonna get one made for it with my logo on it, and I just wanted to make sure.
I saw that they're doing that now. I thought that was really awesome that you could get.
I wasn't gonna get it done through them. I was just gonna get it done, but I didn't know if they did it through tint or on a piece of vinyl that you could take out and put back in.
Yeah, I mean, I saw where they were advertising customization. So
yeah, they had it. But I just wanted to spend the minimal with them because they don't really support the community like that. So
I agree.
I
You
just
can get a lot cheaper on your own, man. Just go to like
I'm sure.
there's a place around here, they'll print me out shit so I can put it in my window for my business. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
a
Yeah.
whole sheet that's clear with white letters on it, boom, you slam it right on there. But
Right.
my problem is I don't want to go to someone around here and tell them, make me this.
No, I'm gonna order it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to order it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was already looking at them yesterday, but I waited. I was gonna message you and ask if it was a tint or a vinyl because it did look vinyl to me.
But yeah, that would be cool to have a custom. I like the tinted. It's like cannabis leaves. I think it's leaves. I think it's pretty. But the one with the clear glass, it's nice because you can just see right in to see your buds. That restricts the view completely. That film.
Right, and then you got to open it to check out the buds.
You have to open it to check it out. Where the other one you can see them shrinking, you know,
Nice.
and stuff. So, and
I'm gonna try it out. See how I like it.
Yeah, you'll get a flat spot on your buds if you don't like go in there and like turn them around and stuff. But like we don't care about that stuff.
I was gonna say I don't really care about that.
You know, it's for our own personal use. There's like
Right.
They're talking about that Pro Mix that C Person One was talking about, and I've seen all those Pro Mixes there. That BX is just Pro Mix. I believe that's basic. The BX stands for basic, and it's just for basic potting soil, you know, garden topsoil or whatever. Some of that shit is pretty good, and I agree. Some of that good soil makes it a lot easier for newer growers. Yeah, there you go. Just basic general usage.
Yeah.
That's what he got. That's good stuff. You know, you go to any garden store or something like that, and that's pretty much what they're putting on. That's when you buy tomatoes from the garden store and shit pre-started. That's pretty much what they're in. It's that Pro Mix Basics. Good stuff. You could definitely the only, I guess, soil is just not great if you have a small area to grow in your house. I would always recommend a hydroponic grow versus just based on soil size. A lot of times if you're growing like under a stairs, it's really gonna, you know, based on the size of pot you need to get all the way to the end, you're only going to grow one plant every 6 months, and that might not be enough. But in that same space in a hydroponic setup, you could really get a faster turnover with more biomass. So depending on your indoor setup and how it goes, living soil may not be the best for the new grower. But I see the appeal of water only. But even that can be tough for some people, especially new growers. I think they want to water. They feel like the more they water, the better they'll do.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, it all depends on your setup. Then you got people like Cheddar Bob that has a massive room where he can put those big square, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you have the big space
because if you think about it, you need a good 10 gallons of good righteous soil to get all the way to the end of the grow.
without having to add
how many of those-
stuff to
yeah.
it.
How many
and
for a living
recharge
soil?
Yeah.
How many of those can you cram into a 4x4 tank? And then you have let's admit, you have a lot slower veg time with soil. It's just it's physics. That's the way it is. So
some of them are hot too, really hot. For autumn.
Peat moss, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Really a non-renewable resource.
Yeah, it is, and I felt bad buying it honestly, but it's this is essentially peat moss anyways, you know, with the Fox Farm. That's the base for a lot of these potting mixtures. It's just peat moss with some other shit added in. It says sphagnum, peat moss, perlite, and fertilizer, which is earthworm castings, bat guano, oyster shell, and dolomite lime, but it's really light. And then it's got, you know, a bunch of mycorrhizae in it. This one is just the peat moss and a little bit of perlite with the mycorrhizae in it. This is getting, the nutrients in this are going to get used up really quick, which is why I was using it as a base and then just growing with the GH nutrients. But I figured this is basically the same thing. You know, at the end of the day, if you look at these roots are,
Still say
this is just basically peat moss with a little
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
wood chunks in it and shit. So
I still think some of those
versus this.
yeah, like in this tent, I think some of those plants with the domes over them, I think they would do better for you if you started them in smaller pots. I still think those are mighty large pots to start plants in. I think you would triple or double your growth time if you started them in solo cups and potted up to that. That's just
Yeah,
my personal opinion.
no,
So,
I agree with you because it's got to fill out the root system,
yeah. Yep.
but
I mean,
it's just doing more work under the ground
Those
versus above the ground.
Screen are only 17 days old, man. You know, we've potted them from rapid rooters to solo cups to 1 gallons, and you give me another 7 days, and they'll be pretty righteous sized plants. And that's why I think you would be much better spent on your time. You know, instead of waiting and waiting and waiting, you would be able to click through those a little quicker. But I'm not busting your balls, buddy. I just trying to make a.
No, you're right. I mean, if you're looking for speed and maximizing your growth, like I'm doing a lot of this stuff. These are a little bit older than your autos there. I think they got transplanted today, but they started in solo cups and then went to the 1 gallon. So
They're doing
Okay,
the growth.
this is just because look, I got all these fucking plants, man.
like,
Yeah.
You know, like I had to turn this into a little grow for the male. Like I'm not worried about trying to like speed everything up. So, but yeah, for best practices, starting in a smaller container is good. But that's just what I had, man.
What's going on now? This is the breeder tent. Man.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the men's club over here.
I like
Men's only.
No ladies though. So yeah, this one showed some balls like a little while back, and then Artman said he put his flow mom into flower, and I'm like, oh, I can put this in here then, and we'll just separate that from the rest of the other plants, and then I tossed the other male because both of those 9-pound hammers were males. So I picked the best one, I put it in here. I might take some of these branches and just put like 2 mains just to collect a little bit of pollen, because I don't want to like, you know, I got all these other ones over here.
Pollinate everything you have.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So, and then the filters in there, not for smell, it's just because it is it's doing a little bit of air movement, which I don't want a ton because I don't want to like accidentally blow pollen all over the room. But yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Looks
I haven't
like
seen
she'll
anything yet.
work. Very nice. I hope it does produce some pollen though.
You got the bags
Yeah,
ready?
me too. I'm gonna hit that platinum float with it if it does.
Cool.
Yeah, why not? Let's all make a shitload of seeds, you know, and
Oh,
give them
yeah,
out for
spread it
free.
around. Give them away. Yep, give them away.
We got freaking buckets of seeds here. There's Montana gals actually growing a couple of these seeds that we ended up making accidentally.
And we are too. I mean, that's what's in that tent
Right in front of you.
in front of you, or we have one, and I got one on the windowsill because it was a happy little accident. So we'll see how it goes.
That's great. I love it.
I know, I'm excited.
If it ends up,
I'm gonna tuck it right in with those girls right there.
if it ends up being really good buds, I'm gonna stand over top of it, and it'll probably be the same feeling like the dude that invented fire. You know.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I'll just stand there. Yeah, I made this happen. You know, accidentally. But I'm a breeder now.
Prometheus. There he
Yeah.
is from the fire.
A lot of people that we respect said that there could be fire seeds in that bunch. So why not, right? We're thinking they're feminized, right? Because they came from a female plant self. That would be a self.
Yep.
Yeah. So see how it goes. We'll have 2 question marks. Side
That's how about. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I was done. Little side experiment.
They'll
you
be
know?
right up front in the front of the tent so we can really keep an eye on it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I was gonna say that's how 99% of the breeders started. That's just like that. They thought they were breeders after they made the, and then you get their genetics in, and it's like, what the hell? What happened here?
I understand that they're probably going to be something weird, but I don't. It's worth trying. Then you have like,
Oh no, I think that one, just one in there. I think God gave you a gift.
yeah,
He
yeah,
was
that's
like, here, take this Mac Mosa
uh,
and then
Yeah.
clone it because you're gonna want to. Because you're gonna be probably the best bud you've ever had.
I hope it can't. And the thing is if it does turn shitty, there's plenty of other plants there to fill the rest of the space and really easily overtake its canopy space. And
Oh yeah.
fill it in. So we have plenty of jars full here at the house too. Quite a few. We got like 3 different crates full of good bud, and then we have like 2 crates full that are like so buds, But we
Those
definitely
are the last minute ones.
yeah, those are the giveaways, and shit. Someone stops by here, take a jar with you, That happens every 2, 3 times a year. That's about it. So that should even last a while. But
Yeah.
that's what makes it.
Sometimes you get lucky and someone will do you a favor because you hooked them up, and
It's nice to be able to share it. Wish we could share it with more people.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd hand it out at other places too, but
you gotta be
guys
safe.
safe.
Yeah.
I think it's important that you have like jars full, your medicine stockpiled and shit before you try and do stuff that could pollinate your 10 or do something crazy, or have all of your seeds that you accidentally made in there and banking your whole shit on that. I don't think that's a wise move, not for us anyhow. So we figure let's do one, have a little fun, and we have some stable genetics there. I'm excited about that MK Ultra. It's one all the way to the right. It was started out as the runtiest one. Now it's going up in like 3rd place on the new seeds. So I have high hopes for it.
It really took to the pot up. It stayed small the whole time. And I know that Smart was excited about that. And I was a little like, oh, no, it's going to be the runt. But it seems to want to shake that title there.
Gonna show you a run, all right? It's gonna be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I had a question
See,
for
those
you.
are the gifts.
Has any of you vacuum packed or vacuum sealed for long-term storage? Like say you got
I
all you
have.
wanted on cure, and I have a ball jar attachment for my seal meal, and I can pull all the air out. I just wondered if that works pretty good.
I vacuum packed some but I did put a Bovita pack in it, and it stayed fresh for a while. Actually, it's still there.
I've heard of people vacuum sealing. Somebody I know has them jars, man. They had a manual pump. They pumped out the air in the jars and shit. Was that NG Grows? Maybe NG Grows or someone from CFC, but I know like our buddy Michelangelo Grows. He used to vacuum seal his, and I think he stored it in his refrigerator, man.
I was gonna say I got 5 bags in my freezer.
Yeah, I think he put his in the down in the fridge part, and I think he said like we're good for a year or 2. But he was in California.
My thought is you're pulling the oxygen out, and it's no longer oxidizing it. So I don't know how much you're pulling out actually. So
I know he was.
But it does pop the little lid on the top of it. It seals that. So on a ball
You
jar.
have the sealer with the little ball on it, the little thing for the jars, right?
Yeah, it just covers the top of the jar and it sucks the air out and it pops that little lid. You can hear it pop when it pulls enough air out of the jar, and it seals it right in. So,
and then when you open it, go.
Yep, it pops and it
sealed.
sucks air in.
That's
That's right. I figured it might be good for long-term storage though.
I think that would work.
It seems there's a salts versus organics war going down in the chat. I hope everybody keeps reasonable and try to remember that
we're all in this together.
Here's
the love for the planet keeps us united.
Yes, it does. There's I saw this good. I saw this good saying the other day, and I wanted to you guys. And it says, organics versus synthetic, rosin versus BHO, jack offs versus Athen hag boys, craft versus commercial, influencer versus influencer, legal versus traditional, wet trim versus dry trim, etc. All these things don't matter. We need to come together so we aren't steamrolled during federal legalization, losing our careers and our rights to grow. So I think that's pretty powerful that, there's a common thread here that we're all farmers. Some of us choose to do it different ways. And I think we should have a great respect for someone's opinion of soil grown buds, because I don't personally know. I haven't been able to do it, and so I'm not going to say yes or no. And I think it's unfair when people tell us you're growing salt laden buds, because I can tell you right now, some of the buds that we grow, not every strain, but some of the buds we grow would be considered straight fire, I believe, in anybody's garden, and I'm a firm believer of that. Now,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
60, 70%, I'm very happy with, and that's an honest God's truth. But you guys see, we try to run through a bit of strains and do, different things.
There's so it's going to be hard to get through them all the ones that we want to try in our lifetime.
Just remember, guys,
but we're all in this together.
Small minds compete and smart minds collaborate. We're not you shouldn't be in competition with other people, man. You should be trying to help people out.
I love all styles. I'd like to see a nutrient film technique. I think that would be cool. Aquaponics. Let's see everything.
I'm with you.
I am so enjoying our outside grow, like we said, making that soil, growing these vegetables and shit here, and just giving it water only. Very appealing. Gives me a lot of pride, and I understand it. But in my house, I'm going to grow salts, and I think it's great buds. And I think it takes a small-minded individual to say this, that, or the other. But you gotta kind of be cool, I guess, and kind of like I don't know.
Stay humble.
Yeah, the competition. It doesn't have to be like that,
I got a friend that grows with organics, and he actually tried one of my last harvests that I cared for a month and a half, and told me that he might be switching to salt. So I was thinking about switching to organics, and he's like, I don't know. Let me try the next one, and I'll tell you, I might be going to salts because
I love organics, man. I've been telling people.
Yeah, I love his smoke too. I said, man, your smoke I think tastes better than mine. And he's like, it's just a friend thing, maybe. I'm like, yeah, maybe you got to try it from somebody you don't know.
I think it's all the same. And this girl had a no-till farm, like a huge farm, and amongst a bunch of other farms, and they was measuring her topsoil, and she had twice the thickness of topsoil after 10 years of no-till farming versus all the farms around her and shit. And I found that very interesting. The regenerative farming, the Hugel mounds, all this different shit I've been learning about. I think it's great. But I grow salts. I don't sit here and cast shade on anybody for any reason. And I hope the chat picks up that vibe and kind of come together instead of being more at each other. Hey, Basstown 11, how you living?
Cheers, Basstown.
Cheers, guys. This is only the second time I'm trying to use this, and I'm not sure how to do it.
Hey, that's fun. Buddy. I tried to do it just a little bit ago. It's not as easy as it looks.
Take your time, and
there's a learning curve. Absolutely.
Oh shit!
You're there.
We got ourselves a new garden to pry at.
Yeah, let me put you on the spotlight for everyone to see.
New gardens.
Nice.
So, Basstown, I hope I hope it's all right if I ask some questions, because I always get excited and have a bunch of questions for people.
Okay, go ahead. I'll try to answer the best I can.
Oh no, go ahead. Give us the tour, man. Hopefully you don't mind if I interrupt once or twice.
Okay. I just pretty much mix my food stuff with my other stuff.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
When I'm not in pots, I like to do natural nutrient cycling through the ground and using the bugs and the natural processes to feed the plant.
Right on.
Right on.
Very healthy.
Right on.
Now, are those tomatoes there off to the left? Is that what I'm seeing? What is that?
Yeah. that I bent them down because it was kind of getting up into this plant here.
Okay.
It's big enough to start flowering, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
That's
just go in and strip everything off, and just have the growing tips.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for the growing tips. I'll leave like 3 nodes, and then it ends up with like 5 or 6 on there.
Right on.
Here's a flowering plant right here.
You have a, there's
that's
one.
good.
Nice.
Oh.
Got your buds get popping.
I was gonna ask what strains you have going here.
Pretty.
This one I went to the club and bought one, and the experience at the club was no good anymore. Like I haven't been since like 2012 or so. So just going in there, it's all like it's weird now to me. So yeah,
You said
all
the
these
club?
extra taxes, and
Oh, okay. Yep. Gotcha.
this one clone was $30. So I made 3 plants out of the one. So
Good deal.
Oh,
How you
yeah.
do it?
It looks very healthy.
$10 a piece.
Now you have a hoop house there above them, right?
yeah, I just mainly use it to cover it. I'm using like panda film,
Yep.
and then
Now
it's
is that
like
just
4
for,
sheets. I
that
put
for
2 sheets
hunting?
going the long way, and then I'll tie them to the middle right here, and then I'll do 2 more sheets going across this way to cover the rest of it. And then I'll just lay some boards going down across the bottom to hold it down, and then I tie it to the poles. I tie by using like this bell wire that I use for garage door openers.
Okay.
It's just the wire
okay.
that I tie everything up with.
There you go.
That's pretty
And
awesome.
then like I got nice pumpkin plant. So this pumpkin plant came from like I took pumpkins from last year and then just top dressed everything with them. So I get seeds from when I top dress with.
Can you roll me some of that Walter White?
I got some celery. I got tons of celery that the birds came and ate the basil seeds, and then they dropped celery seeds for me.
Oh, cool.
And then I got a wall of not raspberries, blackberries.
Oh
That's
man,
awesome.
that's my favorite pie.
Hell yeah.
And then this tray is about out. It's cilantro. It's all seeded up now.
Yeah.
And kale. That's there's too much in one pot.
Yeah, it's
But we've been eating off it every day, so.
Right on. The kale's good for you there, no doubt.
Yeah,
That's a pretty nice setup you got there.
Yeah, I like it.
You're making great use of your space too.
Yeah, if you guys want to see the front yard too.
Of course.
All right.
Hey, what are those
I'm gonna
plants
cover-
right there on the end, Bascom? Yeah, what are those couple plants on the end here?
So this is just some soil that I made here myself and some seeds that I made. It's some seeds from like 2007 from a guy that I met that was one of the first dispensaries here in Sacramento. And
I think we lost you.
You keep freezing up a little bit.
half of his trying to keep that alive. And then I just have this is my orange bell pepper from last year. It started to give me some leaves and produce some more fruit. And then this is a sunflower. We got cilantro and more sunflowers.
That thing's tall.
And I got ladybugs all over everything right now.
Well, that's good.
I created I leave my lawn long, and I give them spots to live all year long. So they don't fly away. They stay here in my garden.
I see.
Okay,
You
let
got
me
the
cover my camera and I'll go out front.
Okay, you got the Sacramento stucco happening there.
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento.
Yeah, they love that stucco. I spent a
Oh,
month
that's-
Sacramento. I spent a month there one night.
So, okay, here's the front yard. This is rosemary. And then right there, we've got a crepe myrtle, which attracts all your aphids and your green lacewings. So if you want to green lacewings in your garden, you want to put netting around this stuff, and then they'll lay their eggs on it. Or you can use business card. You can put some business cards on the tree. Recently, oregano. And then this grass used to be like all the way down to the dirt, but now it's like 4 inches of fluffy stuff all throughout here. So here's another tomato. He's not doing so good. This plant usually does the best over here on this side of the house. But I've got a replacement for that one if it doesn't do well.
Gotta be down.
Everywhere. Man.
Okay, now let's go over to the stuff here.
Oh,
So this is just dirt that I dug up from that back garden. Planted tomatoes in. They're doing
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah, they look like they're liking it.
I'm probably moving the camera too fast. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, you're doing good.
You're doing good. You got a lot of ground to cover.
My seedlings that the snails keep getting to, they're like, you can see they're pretty shredded.
Those are pepper plants?
Yeah. That one's all fell over because the snail ate the stem.
Them damn snails, huh? That's something we don't have here. Well, we have them, but we haven't had any pest pressure yet, knock on wood.
Yeah, that's if you learn the bug cycles, you can grow without having to spray a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I refuse to spray anything on there. You know, I figure if it makes it, if he dies, he dies, right? That's what Ivan Drago said in Rocky. Remember?
Yeah.
He dies, he dies.
How'd you die?
Right.
Blueberries. I've had this blueberry plant, I think since like 2005. And then I just got this blueberry plant like 2 days ago. And then here's this is the star of the show when it comes to blackberries.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
you're gonna have berries for days.
Yeah, I think
Now,
the
do
first.
do you make pies or jams or anything?
No, I haven't made a pie yet, but the extra stuff I just usually freeze it. I'm a smoothie juicing guy, so
Oh, hell
everything
yeah.
that I grow here goes into my smoothies.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, we like smoothies here too. Doing the fruit smoothies.
We use a lot of frozen fruit. It would be nice to have fresh berries out of your own.
We should think about doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this time last year, most of my berries were all ripe, and then this year it's been so cold. The blueberries are just starting to turn.
Yeah, they're saying in the
let's,
chat, man, you should put down some beer and some cups, and them slugs will go into the beer.
Yeah, usually I have possums that come out and I hunt all that stuff, but I haven't seen the possums or the evidence of the possums lately. And
Love
like
our possums.
the rats are coming back,
Yeah.
and like the snails and the slugs. So I have to step up my game and go out and hunt for that stuff at night.
Having those green lace wings is a good plus, you know, attracted to that.
Yeah. So that's another
It's more
celery plant.
celery.
That's a tomato plant.
Yeah. it's-
This is celery too.
Now, do you start your celery from seed or from stalk there? Or?
This celery came from seed. I think the birds brought it to me because
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I'll show you here. So
Pretty awesome.
basically, I let my plants go to seed. So this is a kale plant, and then the birds come on it, and they eat the seed and spread the seed around. But when they're here, whatever seed they were eating in somebody else's garden ends up in my garden. So
You get free
I get-
seeds, man.
yeah, I get seed that reseeds itself when the birds come and tinker with it. And then I'm eating off the plant the whole time. So I'm getting food off of it and then seed for the next year.
Right on, man. That is
So
cool.
the kale actually has planted itself already. I'll zoom in on, this is a new raspberry plant I just got.
Wow.
And let's see.
You got almost every berry covered. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. There you go. Some clover.
The kale that's reseeded itself by just planting a plant. So every time you disturb the soil a little bit, it gives that seed enough. It gives that seed a chance to start.
Right on, man. This is great.
This is awesome.
You got a nice array of different plants and different shit going on.
Thanks.
It's fun to see all that stuff, man. What do we have here?
This is rainbow chard. So it's packed in here pretty densely. So basically, this is a tester. Like I grow my seeds out and then I'll test them, make sure they're all gonna sprout and that they're all gonna do good. And then like the leaves will stay pretty small and something where the roots are bound up. So this is like salad green.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It goes into all our salads, smoothies, whatever we're cooking. And then I just basically I ripped out a whole bunch of kale, so it's basically seeded all up in every pot again. And then here we got a green onion that's reseeding itself.
Yeah.
So those will start sprouting here in the next couple of days. And then I also, there was chard growing here too. So there's chard right there. And then you can see I throw basically everything into my soil. That's a peach pit.
Right on.
And this is the old root ball from the kale that was planted here. So like there's still worms and stuff in it. So I just leave it here until it decomposes back.
Yeah, no doubt. Chop and drop, man. And your peach pits. That's pretty cool. Remember the peach pit on 90210?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I do
Yeah, I
remember.
remember the 90s show.
And then we got tons of green onion seeds going on again.
Yeah, you do. You'll be seeded good.
And then this is oregano. And then of course with more kale seeds and all these ladybugs that are on them. And let's see, more oregano. It jumps from pot to pot.
Yeah, I can see. It's like invasive almost, huh?
So this one is another orange bell pepper. And I did that stem style pruning on it. So hopefully these bottom branches start growing up a little bit, but I don't know. I might have missed. And then this is another celery plant.
Yeah, coming right up out of there. That's a birds right gave you that one too.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it looks like there's more kale starting in this one too. So it's only been about 3 days or so since I've got these kale plants out of here. So those seeds are popping pretty quick.
Yeah, that's fast.
Oregano with cilantro in the middle.
Right on.
And then thyme with more green onions growing in it.
Now, like, can you smell all those? Like, like on a hot summer day or when the
All the
breezes,
green onions.
like the onion smells, the rosemary, like that kind of, like some of those plants are very fragrant.
Yeah, so basically when I mow my yard, it smells like pizza.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's exactly
Because
right.
you can see everything's hanging over to the ground. So I hit all this stuff with the lawnmower.
No doubt.
And
You got plenty there to spare some, that's for sure. Well, that's cool, man. There's a lot of work in a garden of your size,
yeah, it is. And then this is the worst soil that I got here. It's the hardest stuff, but it seems like it grows the best.
Ain't that something?
This
What's
is
this?
potatoes, and there's
Okay.
a celery plant in there somewhere.
Yep, I
Huh.
see it.
Celery, potatoes, potato, and then these celery plants. Look at the leaves on those. They're getting pretty big.
Yeah,
Those are pretty big. And then you can see some of the composting I do. It's just grab all the weeds and mow the yard and just pile it back up around the plants. And then here's some more pumpkin plants growing right out of the
Pumpkins
pumpkin
from
that was decomposing.
Yep. Nice.
All right. Well,
Nice to
let's see. Some more celery. This is blackberries. It was cilantro that all the bugs were on. So it was just like my ladybug thing where I would go and move it next to a plant that needed ladybugs on and they'd get on it. And then there's celery in there somehow too. Celery. And then my lemon tree. It's the best lemons in the world. And let's see what else I got down here. I got another blackberry. And then some more celery that I'm just gonna let go to seeds for the bird.
Right on.
You get any rabbits or anything? I know you said you got like possums and stuff.
No, I see rabbits down the street, but right now I think there's a lot of moles in the yard.
Oh yeah.
Same here, man.
It seems like there's a bunch of little tunnels that I step on and they squish. But I don't think they're like eating the roots of my plants or anything. All right, man. Thanks for letting me share, guys.
Hey,
No
thanks
problem.
for coming on and letting us take a look at your garden.
Yeah, we kind of ran over here a little bit. I know that JK, it looks like JK joined us, but they don't have any
There's no audio.
no audio hooked up for you, JK, but we've run to the end of the show. There is currently another show. We try not to step on their toes. So I'm afraid I'm going to hope that JK will come back next week. Maybe we can get you hooked up with your audio. And but at this time,
Sunday,
Yeah.
if you want to come back on Sunday, if not, hopefully, Wednesday.
because I know that they can hear us, but they probably, so I think they was having trouble last time with their laptop.
Yeah.
But what we'll do, go ahead and wrap it up, try to
We'll let everybody say goodbye.
yeah.
And you know what, Bass Town, if you want to go first, you want to tell everybody where they can find you. And then
Okay. Well, thank you very much for letting me promote myself and share. You can find my seeds that I'm offering over at skyoverhead.com. And there's also soaps and songs that you can purchase too over there.
Right on.
We try to do everything as natural as possible and have the environment in our minds at all times to do the best for it. Like I'm trying to feed the animals and the birds in the yard before I'm trying to feed myself. So I think it's kind of working out for me.
I love it.
Yep. Thanks
But
again.
thank
Josh.
you again for letting me get on here and promote myself. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. We really appreciate you coming on. Next up, we'll do CT. You want to go next, buddy?
Sorry, I was mixing up my batch. You can find me on Instagram at Despicable Dabs, or on Coco for Cannabis as CT's Best Smoke. Thank
Right
you
on.
guys for the show. Much growers love, and thank you guys for all your help. I appreciate you both. Much love, guys.
Right on.
Much
CT.
grower love to you and Mrs. CT as well.
Seed person one had to step out a couple minutes before 9 there, so we wanted to say cheers, seed person. Thanks for coming on, and you guys can find him at Coco for Cannabis as well. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. Last but not least, Artman, you want to let everybody
Sure.
know?
Artman, 2 N's, 420 _ at Instagram, and I hang out over at Coco for Cannabis. And it was a good show. Thanks for having me.
Can I interrupt one time?
Yeah.
Does anybody know RBT from Coco for Cannabis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get a hold of him for me, please? I offered him a 6-inch fan, and I can't find him, and I don't know how to
Oh,
use
yeah,
it on
sure.
my phone. And tell him to write me his address so I can send it. I don't want him to think I'm just like told them that and just disappeared. I barely have time to even just look my own way. So if he could send that over, I'll send him that 6-inch AC Infinity fan I had told him about 2 weeks ago. If
Cool.
he can,
It's
please.
you're CT at Instagram then?
It's Despicable Dabs on Instagram, but on Coco for Cannabis,
Okay.
it's CT's Best Smoke.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Right on.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Grower love, man.
JK is still here with us, and they're writing in the Zoom chat. Thanks, guys. Just testing the app, first time Zooming, and so they can't get their thing hooked up. Maybe Sunday they can come back and try again. But
Yeah.
thanks for coming on, JK.
Yeah,
and
thanks
hopefully-
for coming on. And hopefully you can try again. You can try on Sunday or next Wednesday. And that's when you can find me here on the Smart Poker YouTube channel. I'm Crispy Wannabe, and I'm very grateful for all of you who hung out with us and who were on the show with us tonight. Yins are all awesome. And thank you, Smart Poker, for hosting this show.
You're very welcome. Grower love, everybody. See you next time.
Grower love.
Thanks, man. Crispy Grower.